News headlines.
Entertainment.
Sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Friday news. In a 6-3 vote, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled affirmative action policies at colleges to be unconstitutional. Ricky, everyone was talking about this on social media yesterday. The court ruled that admission policies at Harvard and the University of North Carolina involve racial stereotyping in violation of the Constitution. Now, the ruling will dramatically alter admissions policies that have been in place for decades at many universities where race has been a factor in selecting a student population that reflects the makeup of the nation as a whole. And we'll have a more detailed conversation about this later in the show today. In other news, a Florida sheriff's deputy who failed to confront a heavily armed gunman inside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, 5 years ago has been found not guilty of child neglect and other charges. Scott Peterson was acquitted of wrongdoing where 17 people were killed and 17 more were injured. Now, the gunman is serving life in prison. Peterson released a statement after the verdict saying the only person to blame was that monster. Lastly, hundreds of thousands of airline customers have been left stranded by flight cancellations and delays across the U.S. this week. CNN reports that severe storms were to blame, but staff shortages at both airlines and the air traffic control made the situation worse. Now, the airlines' reduced staffing levels during the pandemic have yet to be restored to their previous levels. Now, today is expected to be the busiest air travel day since the start of the pandemic in early 2020. So if you are flying this weekend, make sure you check with your airline. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock TSC Sports Update. Good morning, Rock.
Good morning, Maria. Today is the first day of free agency in the NBA. Players that may be on the move to find new teams. Look for the bearded one himself, James Harden, to be traded out of Philly, and Kristaps Porzingis traded to the Boston Celtics, joining Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown out there. I mean, that could be a nice little threesome if Porzingis can stay healthy. That boy right there is cold when he's on the court. The NFL suspends 4 players for gambling violations betting on NFL games last season. Indianapolis coach Rashad Berry, Isaiah Rodgers, Tennessee Titans Nicholas Petitferrer, and free agency Demetrius Taylor were all suspended. Matter of fact, Indianapolis coach released Rashad Berry and Isaiah Rodgers right after these situations happened, man. You can't bet on games, bro. I mean, yeah. It is what it is. And your boy, our brother Roy Jones Jr., will be stepping back into the ring for another exhibition fight. He's going to be fighting massive bodybuilder and social media star Endo Champ. Roy is 54. Endo is 39. They're going to be doing this inside the metaverse, man. So, hey, kudos to these former great boxers, man, just to kind of keep getting the checks coming. It is what it is. Using their brand. That's my quick sports report. Gary, what's up there, big dog?
All right, y'all. They're saying that the NYPD may arrest Jonathan Majors' accuser, y'all, according to multiple reports. Now, they're saying it's a surprising turn of events involving the Marvel star whose promising career, y'all, has been sidelined amid domestic violence allegations. Now, they're saying, that Majors was arrested in March on assault and harassment charges as his ex-girlfriend, Miss Grace Jabari, claimed, that she was attacked. Now, the 33-year-old actor's lawyer has maintained that he was the victim, and it appears some within the police department agree. Now, they're saying the news comes as Anthony Mackie offered Majors, y'all, some public words of encouragement. Now, Majors filed a cross-complaint accusing Miss Jabari of slapping and scratching him when she was drunk and hysterical, according to the Insider. Now, in a new report on Thursday, they're saying that the New York Times cited 3 sources who said that the NYPD believes there's enough evidence, y'all, to support Jabari's arrest. Now, Yahoo Entertainment can confirm the NYPD found probable cause to arrest Jabari after Majors met with the NYPD last week. So this is very interesting, honey. So, I mean, that's good. He got Megan Good going with him to court and what have you and stuff, and supporting him and, his new girlfriend and what have you. And they're saying this girl may be arrested. And I don't ever know if it's been a situation where a woman of non-color got arrested for assaulting an African-American man. So we're going to follow that situation and see how this all turns out. And, hopefully, this guy can get his career back, because right now it's not looking good. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today is Dolomite. On the high end, you say Dolomite, and on the low end, you say beautiful silver, Ricky. That's your color for today. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Maria?
What up, Ricky? Good morning. I'm Maria Moore sitting in for the Brat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are celebrating the birth of their fourth child, a baby boy named Ren, born on June 19th. And, of course, the child was born via surrogate. In an IG post, Chrissy talked about the birth of their child. She said she was thankful for their most incredible, loving, passionate surrogate, a woman named Alexandra. And she said, "We are so happy to tell the world he is here with a name forever connected to you." Now, the new baby news comes just 5 months after Teigen gave birth to their third child, a daughter named Esty. So really great to expand the family. She also said that she has always wanted 4 kids. And there you have it. In other news, Vanna White is standing her ground with Wheel of Fortune. Did you hear about this, Ricky? She says unless she makes at least half of what Pat Sajak has been making, she says she's going to leave along with him. Now, sources with direct knowledge of the negotiations say Vanna is clear. Listen, she has been making $3 million for the past 18 years, Ricky. She has never gotten a raise.
She don't do nothing.
That's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
She turned letters.
Okay.
She turned letters.
My gosh.
Who wouldn't do that job for $3 million?
She has been the brand of the show.
Okay.
She has been the brand of the show.
She turns letters.
But you don't think that she's deserved a raise
It's
after 18
NFL wide
years?
recievers that take hits that don't make $3 million a year.
You know what? Let's cut your mic off
jobs.
because we talking about the ladies in fair payments.
Man.
The equal pay.
If Vanna don't get up out of here,
They should have you turning the letters.
I'll turn them for $3 million.
But for $3, that's all they gonna
I'll
pay
turn
you.
them
That's all
butt
you
naked with a
worth.
G-string on for $3 million.
Well, this is not about you. This is about women getting equal pay, okay? All right, so Pat Sajak has been making $15 million a year. And she was...
A year?
Yeah, $15 million.
Okay, but he has to host the show. He's the face of the show. He has to carry
When
the
they
show.
introduce the Wheel of Fortune, they say, here are the stars with an S of the show. Vanna
blame
is
that on her
the
agent.
brand. You know what? Speaking of her agent, he says that he's very firm. She's just asking for $7.5 million. I'm sure they're paying Ryan Seacrest a whole lot of money.
Lord.
A whole lot of money.
But he's a man.
I bet they let Portia Williams turn them down letters. Them letters are turned by themselves when that booty walk by. She's so fine. As soon as that ass go by them letters, all of them gonna light up. Blink, 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 blink.
Yeah, just
Never get to solve the puzzle, Gary.
you're gonna get all the answers. Just the wind from the pass by gonna turn them letters.
Okay.
But we'll have to see what happens. I think that she should definitely get more money. $3 million. I mean, 18 years with no raise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
So they just gave it a $3 million a chunk, bam, and that's it?
$3 million every year for 18 years.
That's on her
no
agent.
Raise. That's true. He should have pushed for that a long time ago. But I guess that maybe they know how much Ryan Seacrest is about to make, and she's like, nah, you want me to stay here? But, you never know. They might replace her with a new PYT, and, this is time for her to go, and she exits with
It's
Pat
a hot
Sajak.
young chick will do it for $1.5 million out there.
Yeah, and you'll do it for $3.
I'll do it
All
for
right.
$300,000.
Okay. All right. Well, last story I have here, following a car accident last week, DJ Khaled has been recuperating from minor injuries and will return to Ed Sheeran's Mathematics tour this week. So it's really great to see him on the mend. His mother, Linda Wolf, gave the update. Huh? I'm sorry. Oh, that's Khalid, not DJ Khaled. I'm so sorry. Khalid. Khalid, that would be a very weird combination. Every time I see these guys' names, I'm like, Khalid, Khaled. So it's Khalid, the singer, the young man with a really nice
Too many
voice.
damn
So
rappers, that's the problem.
I know it's a lot of them, and their names are like the same. It's like an I and an E.
You can have a regular dictionary with the name of all the rappers, and most of that will be Atlanta rappers. Everybody in Atlanta's a rapper. Damn.
And they all got young in front of their name.
Young or Lil, yeah. I'm just a regular name like Robert. That's your rap name, but ain't nobody gonna do that. But it's good to see Khalid he is on the mend and he's doing much better. Of course, the scheduled tour is planning to run through September 23rd, so he's gonna be back on stage doing his thing. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's hot. Coming up next, we have Rock T's HBCU. Rock, who we repping today?
Let's go holler at Fort Valley State University, ladies and
He
gentlemen.
gonna holler too.
You already know.
Very loud.
HBCU knows. Coming up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Good morning, Special K. What you got
Hey,
this
good morning. Good morning, Rickey Smiley. Look, now we know you're a big fan of First 48, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
this might be right up your alley.
It didn't come on last night. They showed this locked up for 30 days. I was teed off. It didn't come on last night.
That's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Nothing better than watching 13, 14 episodes of First 48 back to back. I'm telling you.
Right.
So look, if you ever wanted to be a detective but not an actual cop, now's your chance. So the Tucson, Arizona Police Department has created a new position that's exactly that. The job title for this is Professional Staff Investigator. So what you basically get to do is be a detective without the normal requirement of 3 years as a cop first. So now it does require training. You go through 7 weeks at a police academy, and then you get 3 months of field training, and you also need at least an associate's degree. So I can stop filling out this application now. So after the training, I ain't got that. After the training, you get to do most of the stuff real detectives do. You get to visit crime scenes, collect evidence, interview suspects, and bust bad guys. But you're still not a cop. Now, you don't get a gun, and you can't be the first person on scene, and you can't make arrests. So technically, you're still a civilian that's helping the police. And if you're up for it, it pays between $22 and $33 an hour. All right, let me finish this application. And they're not just hiring one person. They're looking to hire 20 people in Tucson, Arizona to do this job. Now, they say they're doing it because the general public already helps with investigations just through deep dives on Google. So they want to, quote, get that untapped potential.
So now you're a snitch in action.
You a snitch in action. So if you can apply online. The cutoff date is July 24th. So if you was a safety patrol in school, that was a good place to start. I was too.
I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed.
Gary, was you a safety patrol?
No.
Maria, was you a safety
You get to
patrol?
leave about 10 minutes early, man, and they give you that orange helmet and then and that thing going across your chest. Boy, you thought you were
you get
doing
the little
something.
belt.
Stopping them damn cars and letting the kids cross the street.
You know what I used to like?
You couldn't be on the safety patrol if you rode the bus, though.
I used to like being, when I was in the 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade, you get to go out and you get to tell the little kids what to do. You get to make them stop running down the hall, that you can make them line up outside to get picked up by their parents. You had authority. If you was a safety patrol, you had some juice. You was like the police in the school. I'm telling you.
Being the RA at the dorm, sneaking girls up in the room. Can't do that.
I can't relate to that. Rock T, was you a safety patrol?
No, I never did that, but I was always the one messing with them.
I thought you would have been a good safety
And
patrol.
Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts. Shout out to them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Boy Scout. I was a Boy Scout for one summer.
I started out as a Cub Scout, then a Boy Scout.
No, we did it at my
Proud of
church,
that.
and they ran
Proud
out
to
of
put
money.
that damn uniform on, boy.
All I learned how to do was tie some knots, and we went on one camping trip, and then they ran out of money, and it was
They took us
over.
boating. We went on a canoe. Mr. Foster took us out to Oak Mountain Park, and that was the first time I rode on a boat. I was excited about that. Put your life jacket on, and I mean, we was doing some real scouting. Mr. Foster was awesome.
Well, anybody out there that's looking for a gig, Tucson, Arizona, go ahead out there and apply to be a fake cop. $22 an hour, you can't. Yeah, it might better your life. Yeah, check them out.
There it is.
There you go.
Guarantee is coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international hors d'oeuvre service. Whoa. What's the name of your company? Dior Dichet. Are you saying DoorDash?
What?
The last line got cut off. He said, now the dude was trying to say he worked for a fancy food company, but he actually works for DoorDash.
Hold it.
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary.
I wanna hip you to the teeth.
It's Gary, baby.
Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Friday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in the celebrity news, y'all. The divorce is final. Neosha Sheho, divorce is final. If y'all don't know who that is the boyfriend of Real Housewives of Atlanta star Nene Leakes, y'all. Now, y'all recall Nene was sued, honey, for alienation of affection by the wife of Mr. Liberian businessman Neosha Sheho. Now, they're saying in total related news, they're saying his divorce has become final, and he broke the news out on social media, y'all, on Instagram, declaring his freedom, honey. So, and they're saying, it was, people wanted that. We just talked about Nene and this guy was supposed to be breaking up. But now it's being reported, y'all, that his divorce is finally final. So, y'all, we got to follow this because it's a sad situation. You know, people are being real mean, honey. Some people are saying, hooray, hooray for Nene. Congrats, honey, on breaking up another marriage, honey. You know, but Nene didn't break that marriage. That man willingly left, according to sources, and he and Nene joined forces, and they became one. But now he's officially divorced. So, yeah, we're going to follow him. Maybe Nene and he may get married if they're still together, or, you know, maybe he may just surface, honey, and live his life as a free man. So
she seems really happy with him. I mean, genuinely, I mean, in the pictures and videos of them together.
Yeah, they did, you know, yeah, and they've always, you know, looked well together. They photographed together and what have you and stuff. So, you know, hopefully, you know, that is not just a front. 'Cause, you know, sometimes people take pictures, honey, and it just be a front and it don't be the real deal. So we're going to see how that all turns out, y'all. All right, in other celebrity news, y'all, honey, Tasha K, baby, they said this girl, honey, was caught lying to the IRS, and I don't know how you get caught lying to the IRS, honey, but they're saying last month, blogger Tasha K filed for bankruptcy in an effort to avoid paying rapper Cardi B her only $4 million after losing that defamation of character. They're saying now Tasha may be in trouble with the IRS after lying about her income, y'all, in the bankruptcy court. Now they're saying Tasha K attempted to gain sympathy from the court, y'all, during a bankruptcy hearing recently by claiming that there has been several humiliating headlines about her since losing her defamation case to Cardi B, and that this has also made it hard, honey, for her to work and get companies to sponsor her, limiting her income. Well, they said that wasn't, you know, it almost worked, but they said, didn't they say, honey, but they're still fighting the situation. And some people saying no sympathy for her, but she did lose jobs, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure she lost jobs and stuff, honey, you know, because, I mean, you putting stuff out there like that and people, you know, saying some disparaging things about her, which they were saying she did about Cardi B, which, you know, I mean, I still say Tasha is a gossip reporter, so the stuff was gossip. So what is gossip? It's just gossip. But then some people say, well, no, but she said some things that just really was damaging or what have you. But whatever the situation is, though, she did get sued.
Well,
honey,
yeah,
so.
you can cross the line. I mean, there's one thing to say, oh, that wasn't a nice outfit, or to make assumptions, but to go into her medical history, I mean, I just think that was a bit much. You wouldn't do that, Gary.
Oh, no.
You would not do that.
Honey, I ain't got no money to lose, child, so I ain't trying to get
scared to do something like that.
Yeah,
You're damn right. That, okay.
Gary, can you fight? I ain't never seen you.
Well, I could kick, and honey, you know, I could hit, but my arms are so skinny. I'm like, I'll be to pop somebody and be broke my damn arm, honey. But I'm scared to use other type of violence because, honey, I'm not trying to go to jail behind your mess. So I just walk away, honey.
You can run really fast.
Yeah, I could run, honey.
You can run.
So, honey, but you ain't going to get me in no fight, baby. I hadn't had a fight in God. I used to get beat up though, but I ain't had a fight. Yeah, guys used to beat me up walking home from school, but that's all right. They in jail or dead. So, honey.
And look at
you. No, okay. So I'm good, honey. Thank you, Jesus, honey. God save
You got some good practice running, Gary.
I sure damn did.
That was back in the day.
That was back in the day, baby.
The way you was holding them school books going on, they said we're going to beat them up.
But you know, Rick saying that, but nobody never showed me how to hold my books. I didn't know you're not supposed to hold them at your chest. I didn't know you had to hold them. So I used to hold my books.
Oh, you ran like that with holding
with
your
my
books? Oh, like with your arms crossed?
Yeah, because I thought you were supposed to, and I walked my books to my chest. I didn't know you were supposed to hold them down until later on. After
you want to hold them,
had a backpack on.
We didn't have backpacks then.
Oh.
I mean, well, anyway. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, because y'all ain't trying to make me look like I'm damn old, honey. Y'all may have had money. We just didn't have backpacks. So we didn't have
Did
those.
you use like the belt strap?
We ain't had nothing. You have to hold your books in your hand.
Oh.
Ricky, did you have a backpack?
I had a backpack, yeah. And,
you had a backpack?
Before the backpack, we had to hold the books at our side.
Yeah, well, I held mine in my chest.
Cue the side part.
The color today is dolomite. On the high end, you say dolomite, and on the low end, just say silver, honey. That's your color for today.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got your wake-up call. You got your boy, 866-9-RICKEY. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Because he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Want to know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Leslie Adams from Baltimore, Maryland. And wake up, wake up, wake wake up, everybody!
Good morning. This is Steve Alari from Conway, Arkansas. Wishing all of Conway employees, city employees, to wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. This is Patricia Sanders from St. Louis, Missouri. I'd just like to say good morning to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky. I want to wake up. Little Junior, Little Lee, and Miss Mo. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, this is Gerald from Houston, man. I want to wake up all them people that don't have no jobs. Get their ass off the feet. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Ramona calling from Little Rock, Arkansas. I want to wake up these damn feet to walk in this job. Feet don't fail me now. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
In Rouge, wake up. Tallahassee, said, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Montgomery, wake up. Columbus, wake up. In Albany, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, there it is, y'all. 24 minutes after the hour. Maria Moore, what you got coming up next?
Mind, body, business with Maria Moore on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley, I apologize. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now, 29 minutes after the hour, y'all. Hey, Maria Moore got mind, body, and business. Good morning.
Good morning. So we are talking about things for your mind and really your business, too. Procrastination. Did y'all know that there's a difference between procrastination and laziness? No.
Oh, wow.
There is a difference. So procrastination is an active process. You choose to do something else instead of the task that you know you should be doing. So it's not that you don't want to do anything at all. That's what laziness is. You do nothing at all. But when you procrastinate, like say you know you need to go to the gym, just for example. You're like, oh, but I need to wash the dishes. I need to sweep the floor. I need to send these emails. You find everything else to do instead of that specific task. So first I want to establish the difference between procrastination and laziness. So here's some examples. You may be procrastinating if you fill your day with low priority tasks, if you start a high priority task and go off to make coffee, if you fill up your time with unimportant tasks that other people ask you to do instead of getting on with the important task already on your list. And this is a big one. You're procrastinating if you wait to be in the right mood or for the right time to tackle a task.
So what's wrong with that?
That's a definition of procrastination. And you don't get the thing done. You don't get the thing done. So I want to give you all tips on how not to procrastinate. This one really helped me. It's to tackle the hardest task on your list at the peak times a day. For me, that's first thing in the morning. So if you've been procrastinated on something, maybe the first 20 minutes of your day, you need to work on it. First thing on your mind. Now, the morning time may not be a peak time for you where you're most creative and energized. It might be midday. It may be in the evening. But choose that time and really tackle that thing that you're trying to do during that peak time of day when you're most motivated, you have the most focus and energy. Also, you need to give yourself deadlines. I set a goal at the beginning of the year. I'm really big on setting financial goals, and I said I want to get my mortgage balance down to 5 figures by the end of 2023. Today's June 30th, and I already conquered that goal. It's because I set a deadline. I set very specific intention month by month. I knew how much I was going to save, how much money I needed to earn to reach that goal. And so when you set deadlines for your goals, you're more likely to achieve them. And when I say deadlines, I'm not just talking about like over months and years. You need to look at your task and say, I'm going to get this thing done by 3 p.m. today. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. They give themselves the entire day to do something, and then at the end of the night, you still got 8 things on your to-do list. So set those deadlines. And then also ask someone to check up on you. You need some accountability. So I like to share my goals with other people. I know some of the goals of the people here on the morning show. Rickey, I know you have some amazing secret big things that you're working on that you're planning to do and achieve this year. And so you got to check in, like, how is that thing that you said you were going to do in June? You know, how's your progress toward that goal? And you need to have somebody checking in on you. And I appreciate all my homegirls, my family members, even strangers on social media. When I share a goal and I say, I'm going to do something by this date, they say, well, how's that thing going? And then you feel a little weird or guilty, you know, like, well, dang, I ain't really make no progress towards that goal.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Gary, what about all of your goals? You never set goals.
I'm listening to her.
Never.
Rick, I was just fit to go in and say, I don't set goals.
Why?
Because I live my life like, honey, the Lord may not say the same. So, honey, I'm just living today.
What?
So, tomorrow, yes.
But the Lord send people like Maria to give you information where you can be better and do better and set goals, and you can live longer. It give you something to do and something to look forward to other than buying clothes.
Yeah, but I just live, honey, and tomorrow take care of itself.
But you've achieved a lot of things, and I think you're subconsciously setting goals. He has achieved so much in his long professional and personal career. You've done a lot of things that people don't even. Yeah, Ricky. Everybody on this morning show has done great things. I could go down a list of things.
Except Gary.
Gary.
But I'm working on great things, though, you know. But I mean,
what you working on, Gary?
I don't know. How the hell you gonna put me on the spot?
There you go. That's my point. That's my point.
Wow. How you gonna put me on the spot?
You're working on your health?
Well, yeah, I'm working on my health. Exactly. Well, yeah.
You are working on your health.
You'll get on the treadmill, but then you're going to eat all this stuff in the bed and then fall asleep.
Because I look at it like this, honey, that could be the Last Supper, okay? So, honey, I'm going to eat.
No, this is Jesus intervening right now and giving you this information that you need to be more active and intentional about it.
Yeah, well, my mind. I'm sorry, I'm just not there. That's like my friend Kenna. Kenna is a planner. How do you plan? I don't plan because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Man,
so I mean, still plan. So you just hope to pray to God that you wake up and then tomorrow come and then
we have. What's the purpose of this segment?
I know. I need for you to be a little bit more optimistic.
I'm optimistic. I listen to the song "Be Optimistic," but I just don't. You know. Yeah. I mean, but I just don't.
You're giving pessimism right now, though.
I just don't ride on all that. But that's good, though, Maria. That was a good subject.
Yeah, but
not based off your
resonate with you.
None of it. Man, bye, man. Bye, man. Maria, let everybody know how you can be reached.
All right. Well, if you were feeling it and you need more information about how to stop procrastinating, follow me on social media at Maria Moore, MariaMore, especially on Instagram. And my website is mariamore.com. Thank you, Ricky.
No, thank you. And don't be like Gary. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Black's on.
Hey, look, Rick, I'm really here. Hold on. Oh, you really on the phone to Derry?
What?
Yeah, what's up?
What you doing? Why boy, look, I done called the lady and told me Derrick's on the phone. Derrick, what you doing on the phone?
Man, I'm calling in because you ain't called in for not going in.
I told you not to call in today. I told you I was gonna come in today and call in and not come. So what you calling for?
Because you ain't called in for me to call.
Derrick, I told you I need you to call. I told you I need you to call to work for me 2 days out this week. Ain't nobody saying nothing about calling in today. What you calling in today for?
Because you ain't come in, and when you ain't come in, then I call in to let them know that I ain't coming.
But Shouty, ain't nobody. But see, you making me look bad because you calling in to tell them you ain't coming and I ain't coming, and I called in to tell them I wasn't gonna be here.
But I think, have you been checked out? I think you got job dyslexia. I think you wake up to clock out.
So if you ain't gonna come, so if you gonna call in for me, why you ain't come? Why you calling in and why you ain't show up?
Because if I show up and then I can't call off.
Rick, you see what I deal with right now?
What?
This what I'm talking about right here.
In a weird way, I understand what's going on right now.
What? Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Roxy, because I'm puzzled and he got me discombobulated. Something is seriously wrong with him.
So there ain't nothing wrong with me. I told you specifically. I told you very specific. Look, if you gonna call in for me, then you need to go on and call in and don't show up. You can't call in and not show up when I'm trying to call in and not show up.
Now here's the question, because this too much. Rick, can I just ask you a question? You
can ask me a question, but I need you to be very specific.
Okay, because I'm very confused and it's really bothering my spirit. So at this point, I just want to know what you about to get into.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 4 minutes after the hour, Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Friday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Ricky, a lot of people are angry with Stephen A. Smith. Some people are saying he needs to shut up. But it's being reported, y'all, that Mr. Smith, he's blasting y'all, Miss Mariah Mills, honey, for Zion Williamson's tweet amid, those adult star posting positive pregnancy tests. He said, Stephen is talking about saying this woman is starving for attention. Now, they're saying Mr. Smith is weighing on Zion Williamson's alleged fling with Mariah and alleging that the adult film actress is seeking a spotlight. Now, they said if you're worried about the NBA, honey, offseason being bored, they say it's been far from it. So, from insane trades to massive suspensions, the screenwriters are working overtime, and the main topic of discussion right now has been, y'all, Zion Williamson's off-the-court drama. Now, people saying previously reported, y'all, Mr. Williamson revealed, y'all, that he's expecting his first child, and a short time later, adult film star Miss Mariah Mills began ranting and exposing all their alleged, business to Twitter and what have you. Now, Mariah's meltdown included, y'all, threats of leaking that sex tape that we talked about, exposing Williamson's alleged fetishes, and y'all seemingly getting a face tattoo before recently claiming, y'all, that she was definitely pregnant for this man. So Stephen Smith, honey, he weighed in on and talking about he's fed up with this ridiculousness, honey. He said this. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore other than to say this one last thing. One of two things is going on here. He said either she is starving for attention and willing to do whatever she can to get it, even if it's at his expense, or she had a pretty damn good time with him and can't get over it, honey. So people are talking about it. And why was Steven he should just let it go, because this football player or whatever he is evidently just kind of dumb.
He's a basketball player.
Well, basketball player. Well, he's not really that smart. I mean, if he was with this woman and, he talked about his other baby mama, and if she said that she's pregnant and we've been talking about it for a while now, he should just go ahead on and pay his child support if he's not going to be with her and move on. So why does Stephen A. Smith, have something to say about this rock tea?
Don't you think, like, her antics are showing that she's starving for attention? I mean, the tattoo on the face.
No, she's hurt.
Oh, okay.
I think she's hurt because, honey, she really thought that she was the main woman, and then when it came out when he was with this other woman and what the woman revealed that she was pregnant, that hurt her.
I can see that.
I don't have a problem with what Stephen A. said, man. Just keep your business. Why not just contact him outside the media and listen, man, we got some stuff to talk about. You ain't got to. I mean, I think
why he didn't contact her privately and tell her that she was the only woman, then it wound up being somebody else?
I think they did contact each other. They was trying to. It just came out. She started running her mouth.
Well, she was hurt, honey, and
he was trying to listen. He was trying to keep it under wrap. Of course, he was trying to keep quiet about it. Whatever he did, that's his business. But y'all, they should handle it like adults, man. And I don't know, man.
No, he didn't handle it like an adult because he had more than one woman at a different time. So had he just been with one woman that was faithful to that one woman, he would not have to have this other woman.
That's why he was always injured doing all them damn positions with them strippers.
Exactly.
No damn good on the basketball court.
Exactly. So, honey, so that's why she's talking, and Stephen Smith needs to hush, honey, because I'm sure they're going to say something about him soon. But anyway, we're going to keep our parties lifted in prayer, honey. Hopefully, she gets what she deserves. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, TMZ is reporting y'all that Travis Scott will not be charged criminally, y'all, for that deadly Astroworld Festival. Now, Rebbe saying y'all that he won't be charged, honey. They say today's decision by the Harris County District Attorney confirms, honey, what we have known all along, that Travis Scott is not responsible for the Astrodome tragedy. They're saying this is consistent with investigative reporting by numerous media outlets and federal and state government reports, y'all, that they have squarely placed the onus for event safety crisis on organizers, operators, and contractors, not performers. But y'all, we kind of know that because he was only the performer. I mean, he didn't tell the people to, start jumping on one another or doing whatever they were doing and stuff like that. He was just there to perform. So, some people knew that, he definitely wasn't going to be charged. And I'm sure, Kylie Jenner, his baby's mom, I'm sure, if he needed some type of financial support, she was definitely there to help him or whatever. So now he gets to go on, honey, and do all the stuff that he was doing before that and live a private life, I guess. So it's very
I do agree that it's on the event organizers. You got to make sure that the venue is safe, that it's properly staffed, and all of those other things. That's something beyond his control.
Yeah.
So
right now, he's a free man, y'all. And in my quick for free story, y'all, Anthony Mackie, y'all, they're saying he is the first Marvel star, y'all, to comment, y'all, on Jonathan Majors' abuse allegations, y'all. So it's obvious, honey, that he is definitely sticking up, honey, for Mr. Majors and stuff, honey, and whatever. And, like I reported earlier, that Jonathan they probably charged the woman, honey, for abuse because they said Jonathan really didn't do some of the things that she said he did. And, you know, with her being of European descent and him African-American, you know, it taking a while. But he may be free, and then he may be with, what's her name? He was with now?
Megan Good.
Megan Good might dump her because he'll be free. Because, you know, when you get free, all things change. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But congratulations, you know.
If it's neither here nor there, then where is it?
Neither here nor there. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Dolomite. On the high end, you say Dolomite, and on the low end, you say beautiful silver. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all, give it up for Gary with the T.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. In honor of the 50th anniversary of Hip Hop, Billboard magazine ranked the top 50 best rappers earlier this year. When they ranked Jay-Z #1. Well, now Billboard is back with their list of top 50 best rap groups of all time, and is none other than Outkast with Big Boy and Andre 3000 at the top.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I agree with that pick. However, not everyone agrees with the list. Of course, Twitter was on fire with users debating other rap greats like Wu-Tang, who came in at #2, followed by NWA, A Tribe Called Quest, Run DMC, Public Enemy, Eric B. and Rakim, Salt and Pepper, De La Soul, and The Roots rounding out the top 10.
All right, so for this Friday, we want to know who do you think is the #1 rap group of all time? Rock T, who you got?
Man, I'm going to have to put Run DMC at the top just because they was the first to kind of take it to the next level. They crossed over into rock and roll, and then it's a tie between Outkast and Wu-Tang for #2.
All right, Maria, who you got?
I got Outkast at the top. I think they got it right. They did not have a single bad album. Every last one of their albums were good and had hits and just iconic tracks on them. So I agree with Outkast.
Beyonce Aloysius, who you got?
Born and raised in the A, Outkast had the #1 selling album of all time, Dungeon Family at its greatest. Now, somebody that they didn't mention, though, Beastie Boys actually sold 20 million records. I did just read that a second ago. Yeah. So they did very well. But for me personally, Outkast.
Yeah, we should play Paul Revere. No, that was like one of my favorite high school tracks by the Beastie Boys. That whole album was fire. Who you got, Special K?
I'm going to go with Outkast, Run DMC, and NWA for me.
Yeah. NWA went hard.
They changed the game.
Yeah. Gary?
TLC, hell. I think TLC was a good group.
Damn rap group.
I thought they rapped. Oh.
Left Eye Rap.
Well,
Left Eye Rap?
Yeah, I knew somebody rapped on there. Well, maybe I like NWA.
Hold on, watch this. What song you like by NWA?
Fight the Power.
That's Public
Enemy.
Turn his mic off.
That's Public Enemy. Don't sentence me, Judge. I ain't done nothing. Nobody. Gary, you don't know any. Name a song by Outkast, Gary.
Oh.
Name a song by Run DMC, Gary.
Run DMC.
Name a song by the Beastie Boys, Gary.
Ricky, why you gonna ask me these damn questions? I don't know them people.
Name a song by Diana Ross, Gary.
Oh, honey, I'm coming out.
Yeah, that's what the hell I thought. Y'all get at me, 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY. Good morning.
Yes, I'm Muhammad. I'm calling from Miami. I would have to say Public Enemy is the greatest rap group of all time.
This is Greg Barber from Baltimore. I say the greatest rap group that I've known is Run DMC with Jazzy Jeff.
Hi, this is Ashley coming from Toledo. I got The Firm from New York. When they came through with Foxy and AZ and everybody, they put it down. They said it straight down. And notable mention, you got to mention Cash Money because they was that.
This is Robert from Baltimore. For the best male group, I would say Run DMC, and the best female is Salt and Pepper.
Charles talking, Dallas. Okay, I agree that Outkast is, I agree with that, but to not even have Ghetto Boys in the top 5 is disrespectful. That's just my opinion. I'm calling from Louisiana. Man, I got the hot boys, man. Juvenile, Man and Fresh, Lil Wayne, BT. That was up with that.
Hey, this is Hoodlum. I'm calling from the west side of Chicago. Number one is Public Enemy, and the second one is Eric B. and Rakim.
I'm Andre, and I'm calling out of Richmond, VA. And look, first of all, good morning to you and the rest of the show. Rick and everybody, love you guys. But Mrs., you guys know goodness where in the world. No disrespect to the good and mob. But we all know Run DMC is the greatest. How can they even disrespect DMC like that?
Message.
You gotta.
I mean,
Run
Run
DMC.
DMC.
Y'all making it rough.
Yeah.
Y'all making it rough because I love Run DMC. Just like I love Outkast, man. I got to do some research, man. All right, so Rock.
Yeah.
What Special K? Y'all help me out, all you music heads. Like the difference between what separates Run DMC from Outkast?
I think Run DMC were innovators. They were the ones that mainstreamed hip hop to me.
Absolutely.
And, for my generation, they mainstreamed hip hop, and they were innovators, and they were culture changers.
Yep, and they crossed over into rock and roll. They also discovered Beastie Boys. A lot of people forgot about that.
But from a younger generation, Outkast sold more albums. And yes, Run DMC was first. And that's what everyone always says. Okay, they were first. They did this. They did that. They're a great group before everyone comes from my head. But Outkast, in my opinion, did it better. And they sold more albums. And they were more internationally known.
Yeah. And they stuff was funky. Funky.
Yeah. They both made timeless music.
That damn Sorry Miss Jackson, that damn that Bombs Over
Roses.
Baghdad. They just
Even
had all
the beat
kind
tracks like Crumbling Herb and like all of that.
So
the beat
fresh,
track,
so
I
clean.
mean, oh my gosh, it was so soulful. Like it's music you feel, not just hear.
Right.
I mean, you feel Outkast.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac.
Yeah.
That damn Southern Playalistic Cadillac, that right there.
Oh my God,
it's like my favorite by Outkast. But damn, y'all can't beat with my Adidas.
Come on,
I'm
dog.
the king of rock. Come on now,
Walk this way.
walk, bruh.
Rockbox, Run's house.
Listen.
What about 8 Ball and MJG? Were they on the? Were they on the?
They were in the top 20.
Yeah.
Well, you can't forget about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, you got to put it in there somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bone Thugs kind of changed the game. That was a whole new style and flavor as well.
But that damn 8 Ball MJG went hard. I know in Birmingham, listening to the station I started on 95.7 Jams, like they would play Dwight Stone would play 8 Ball MJG at night, man. It just set the tone for the city I grew up in. People in Birmingham love 8 Ball and MJG, man. They just lay it down. Like
what about UGK?
Oh God!
Come on, dog.
Gary, them your folks, isn't it?
Exactly. Bun DMC. Yep.
Gary, you know them.
All right now, Gary. Gary with the
Yeah,
beer. There you go.
Now,
Gary,
I
you
didn't
grew up
think,
with them.
Yeah. Yep. And my little brothers went to school with them. Though, as a matter of fact, PMC just did something big in Houston. They call it the Trill. So he just opened up a Trill burger.
Yeah,
so
hamburger place.
Yeah. So I know
they were
them.
number 20 on the list.
20.
Yeah.
And we
This is
definitely
number
got to
5.
shout out to the Roots and De La Soul and
Tribe Called Quest.
the Fugees, even though they didn't make too many albums.
All right,
but
ain't nobody said nothing about T, baby. It's so cold in the
that's a
D.
solo artist, dog.
How the hell are we going to keep peace? All on the brother's mind. All right, let's go to the phones. Good morning.
This Kurt, Orlando, Florida. 8 Ball and MJG. You already know. My name is Kadima. I'm calling from Cincinnati. I'm trying to figure out, how was everybody talking about the greatest rap group, but rap began in the Bronx. Nobody mentioned Cool DJ, Herb, BDP, none of that. Well, definitely Boogie Down Productions.
From Orlando, Florida. Wu-Tang Clan, definitely.
Hey, this is DJ Rain calling from Florida. Hey, I think they played it safe by saying Outkast, but a controversial one would have been NWA. They were like the face of an emerging genre of gangster rap. And if you want to put it out there, another safe one could have been the Fugees. That Score album, to this day, if they were to reunite and to throw a concert, which they haven't done in decades, that concert would sell out. Now, Lauryn Hill going to be 2 hours late, but they're going to wait, and they're going to hear that concert from the Fugees.
Hey, can we put an honorary mention to Houdini up in this bad boy somewhere?
Yeah. How many albums they had that was like...
Houdini had, 3 albums?
Yeah, they was here. Yeah. Man, we can talk all day about this, though. But apparently it seems like we got more calls for Outkast and Run DMC than anybody. All right, if y'all were not able to get through on this topic, y'all check us out at RickySmileyMorningShow.com. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is about that time for Battle of the Sexes. Make some noise. All right, we are so excited. We got Carly on the phone. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
All right, where you calling from?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas. All right. And we got the lady on the phone. The lady.
Good morning. Birmingham, Alabama represent.
All right, then. Hey, what part of Birmingham are you from, the lady?
Kingston Project.
No, oh, God, not the same projects I'm from. Wait a minute.
And good evening. Uh-huh.
Straight down the street from Little Giant.
And good evening. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Tisha.
What's going on, Sue?
Nothing, child.
Gary got one of his sorority brothers on fire. Here we go. All right, so we about to play Battle of the Sexes. And check this out now. Listen, if you don't know the answer to the question, just say pass, all right? Because you don't want to eat up your time. All right, so I'm going to start with Carly first, all right? You ready, Carly?
I'm ready.
Let's go. What car makes the Panamera? I'm sorry. I'm going to skip that. Let's start over. Because I can't pronounce either one of these names of these cars or whatever. Here we go. All right, let's start the clock. Spreading lime around the yard is a way to keep out what type of pest?
Termites, insects.
Nope, snakes.
Snakes.
All right.
Ooh.
AT-edge outliner is most commonly used in what occupation?
A what outliner?
AT-edge outliner is most commonly used in what occupation?
Construction, architect.
Barber.
Mm.
All right. What position does Clarence Thomas hold?
He's a Supreme Court justice.
Yep.
Sadly.
The top of the line luxury SUV for Cadillac is what?
Ooh.
Top of the line SUV. What's the name of that big baby Cadillac have? The Cadillac what?
I don't even know, so I'm going to have to pass.
Escalade.
I thought you meant she got one model, like the little letters and all that other mess.
Oh, no.
Gosh,
yeah. And what's the place called where the people could train to shoot?
Oh, an armory. Fire range.
Yep, that's how she got two because I took too long to answer one of the questions. All right, there you go. All right, Maria.
All right, the lady, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, start the clock. The first question, the 4 C's to rating diamonds are carat, cut, color, and what?
Size.
No, it's a C, so that's going to be clarity. All right, so what is Issa Rae's character name on Insecure?
Okay.
Issa D. That's okay. What are women's Bantu knots?
A Bantu knot?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, pass.
Okay, it's a hairstyle. It's all right. Okay. Here's a good one. What is the name of Beyonce's tour?
Girl, I can't think of it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You want to pass?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a Renaissance. A comb dome is used for what?
Who, girl?
A comb dome is used for what?
Oh, girl, I don't know her.
For popping pimples. Mm-hmm. The L in R&B supergroup TLC stands for what?
TLC?
Yeah, what does the L stand for?
Left eye.
Yeah.
Very good. You got one.
You got one. You needed one more to win. So the ladies, we're going to give it to the ladies. Special K, what did she win?
All right. It's so good the ladies won today because they got an extra gift. Congratulations. You're a winner today of the fabulous prize pack from America's store, the Dollar Tree. All right. You've got those Pampa brand smoked oysters in a can with carrots, onions, and red chili peppers. All right, you got an 8-foot roll of paw print gift wrap paper. How about that? From Jock Brand, you got a 40-pack of multicolored pencil erasers. Oh, yeah. Magical Poop, candy-flavored marshmallows. Delicious. You got an 8-ounce white coffee cup from Suavitel. That's right, an 8-ounce white coffee cup from Suavitel. Those 20-count dryer sheets from Lay It Down. Sleek light blue long tail do-rag. All right. Harvest Snaps. Green pea snaps, lightly salted, gluten-free, delicious plant protein snacks. You've also got Sidewalk Chalk with Holder. 4 colors for hours of creativity and fun. And finally, from Slim Jim, you got that mild beef and cheese, Big Boss size meat sticks.
All right, that's okay.
And congratulations, ma'am. Again, it's all yours, courtesy of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show and the Dollar Tree. And because July 4th is coming up next, you got a $20 gift card to the Sheer Delight Lady Spa for that July 4th special. It says, ladies, do it for him. They got a $10 all-day monkey trim. All right.
Hey, congratulations. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Bakari Sellers, man, we are happy to have you. So the Supreme Court says that colleges and universities can no longer take race into consideration as a specific basis for granting admission, a landmark decision overturning longstanding precedent that has benefited Black and Latino students in higher education. Bakari, man, thank you for coming on this morning. Let everybody know how this decision is going to affect everybody, like what's going on with the Supreme Court.
Well, let me just say, Ricky, first, thanks for having me, as always. Shout out to everybody over there in the studio. It's a sad day. I mean, I think that most people realize it's a sad day for this country. Every step we take forward, it feels like we take 2 steps back. And yesterday was just like many other days with the Supreme Court, where they happen to take away, clearly established rights from us all. Many people understand that affirmative action has benefited, and this is going to kind of shock the conscience, but affirmative action really has benefited white women more than anybody else. Throughout its history, that has been the number one group to benefit from affirmative action being established. But what you're going to see now is a lot of these elite institutions, your Ivy League schools, your Georgetowns, even some of your state schools like University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, etc., they're going to become whiter and more Asian, and they're going to have less Hispanics and less Black students. And it's worth noting, though, the plaintiffs in this affirmative action case were Asian students, and it was weird how organizations went out and wanted to pit minorities against each other. But Clarence Thomas got appointed to do this. He's been there 30 years. This is all he's ever wanted to do, was get rid of affirmative action, and he did it. He was successful.
Wow. Bakari, let me ask you, shouldn't folks start protesting some of these universities if they're not fair with admission, because they always want to recruit Black athletes to go and win national championships for these mainstream universities? And what kind of power do we have? What can we do?
I mean, that ship's kind of sailed. And the universities, to be honest with you, the universities are the ones who actually value diversity. They know how valuable it is to have Black and brown faces on their campus, and they want to do everything they can usually to let them in. But they've been handicapped. I mean, the fact remains that elections have consequences. And in 2016, Donald Trump became president of the United States.
Come on now.
And he put 3 of his justices on the Supreme Court. There are a couple of things that happened. Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton because we had this belief that there were, to be that bad, and we're seeing the results of that. That's one. And 2, Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't retire. She was old, and she should have retired when Barack Obama was president, and she didn't. She took the gamble that Hillary Clinton was going to be president of the United States, and we lost that gamble, so Barack Obama didn't get that seat. I mean, if Ruth Bader Ginsburg retired in January of 2013, at the beginning of Barack Obama's second term, then you have a totally different court. Now we have a court with Clarence Thomas as king, and respectfully, I love a lot of Black people, most Black people, but Clarence Thomas ain't one person I want to govern my life.
You said exactly what I've been saying for years. folks didn't go out and vote in 2016, and he got and Donald Trump got 3 picks. Three picks.
That's right.
And,
elections from city council on up have consequences. People want to act like they don't, but they do, and we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, so now he just set us back, 50 years? 50 years of affirmative action?
At least 50 years. But, it's surreal because I think that right now HBCU should benefit from this. Hopefully that they're prepared. Hopefully our HBCUs are prepared to take on more students, to recruit more black students, to be suited to take on what it means to have, a few thousand more black students. And it's just going to be harder for black students to get into these elite institutions.
There it is, man. Hey, man, thank you so much, man, and for breaking all of this stuff down for us, Bakari. Let everybody know how they can follow you and how they can reach you.
Well, I don't want nobody to follow me or reach me for the next 4 or 5 days. I'm on my way to the Bahamas, but I'll talk to y'all when y'all call me next week.
All right, man. We love you, man. Bakari, thank you for joining us, man. Hey, y'all give it up for Bakari Sellers. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Our next guest is a hip-hop legend. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all please welcome Grammy Award winner, actor, and activist Michael Render, also better known as Killer Mike.
They got to add an Emmy to that. I just won an Emmy a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, congratulations to that, man.
That's big. Yeah, man, I know, because it's a lady that hates me. Like, she absolutely hates me, and she's Emmy nominated. And, you got to let God fight your battles. I didn't say nothing back to her. I just blocked her and I prayed for her. And then God gave me an Emmy, and then I'm going to unblock her and send her a
Come
picture.
on, man. So
that's right. God fight my battles, baby. You won't take me down. Yes, Jesus loves me.
Come on now.
Mike. Emmy nominated, arguing with a Grammy winner. So God sent me an Emmy too. I know you hear me because you're black.
Let it loose, Mike. Let it
black,
loose.
but yeah, I know you hear me.
Come on,
man, because I would shuck and jive for who she wanted me to shuck and jive for.
Oh.
Yeah, I had somebody else I wanted to shuck and jive for.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Folk be funny, man, about politics. Black folk, we still black now. No matter what we think, we still got to go home and love each other.
Absolutely. And congratulations on your new album titled Michael. It's been 10 years since your last studio album. Tell us, just tell us how it feels and tell us about the new album.
Man, it feels great having the best rap album, the best album you're going to hear this year. It is for black and working class. It is a representation of black and working class men and the women who love them. I was greatly affected by my mother who had me as a teen, her mother and father who raised me, the community called the Collier Heights, Adamsville community I was raised in. Yeah. And Atlanta has a unique story. Black kids grow up empowered here. They grow up with high schools named for their heroes. They grow up knowing that if they perform well and work for excellence and not just average, that great things will happen. And I realized that just wasn't the story nationally or even globally of our people. So my story was a unique one. So I wanted to make sure that people understood that this little buck teeth, horns in the halos, chubby little kid on the album cover decided he was going to be a rapper. And along with making that happen along the way, the journey and people that poured into him is an amazing story. So if you ever want to be hope filled and you want to return to the church how I have in terms of music and methodology, this is an album you want to be playing.
I love that. I love that. And Killer Mike, one of the many things that I love about the work that you do is your awareness of our power as black people, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. Yep. So in an age where so many of us find value in affiliation, what can we do to shift our perspective about ownership versus affiliation?
Man, I'm going to tell you this because, I know it's a lot of people charging you a lot of money to be your mentors online. Mentors don't charge. Consultants do. And if you get a consultant, you better get some results at the end of your tenure. I am why I am in terms of independence and in terms of being financially taking care of yourself and your coin because my great-grandparents, who I knew I got the deed a few weeks ago that my great-grandparents signed in 1948 for the 30-something acre farm that we still own, that we still have in my family today. The houses that my grandparents own, we still own. I just bought my daughter a house in the same community, and I say that because as a working person, as an average person, your first and greatest piece of wealth is going to be home ownership. And we need to be fixing ourselves, especially if I'm thinking hyper locally on Atlanta's west side. People need to be repatriating Atlanta's west side. As people come here and move from other places, they're going to say, wow, I want to live there. You should be living there. I talked to a man on Edgewood Avenue where I own a business. Mr. John said, years from now, they're going to come tell you white folks took all this from us.
Wow.
And that's not true. And you stand up in a room and you tell them that the people who own these businesses, their children thought that they had outgrown them and become better than them. And they sold for cheap. And that hit me. And it helped me understand that what my great-grandparents did can only be honored if I take care of that land. What my grandparents worked for can only be honored if I take care of those homes. And what I'm trying to leave for my grandchildren is a legacy through home ownership, real estate development, business, like Bankhead Seafoods, things like Greenwood in terms of just being financially taking care of oneself. So I'm trying to leave a legacy that'll inspire my grandchildren and great-grandchildren to do the same thing my great-grandparents inspired me to do.
Wow, that's inspiring.
Wow.
That's shouts out Tuskegee, Alabama.
Come on
now. Come on now.
And what are your thoughts on yesterday's on the reversal of affirmative action?
I don't have any thoughts. I'm just staying out of white folk business. I don't have no thoughts. I wish Ruth Ginsburg would have retired. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I wish she would have retired and someone. Unfortunately, she did not. And the guy we got in there, Clarence, didn't think. Walt T. Williams was interesting too. Walt T. Williams was a black economist who was a conservative. He was about segregation on one issue. He believed you should be married a black woman. He was like, don't be marrying outside your race. But he also benefited from affirmative action through the GI Bill, but he overall was not a supporter of it. So we'll see how it goes. I don't really know what's going to happen next. I know in the past, during the 90s, when black speakers would speak to us, they would say the number one people that had profited from affirmative action was white women. Yeah. That was always a mythology that was held. So, if it's truly been taken away, does it truly hurt us? How much truly hurt us? Will it now send that talent that we were sending to MITs and Harvards and Yale? Will it now send it back to Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, Hampton? So we have to, there's a folklore that says a farmer, one of his animals died. And they said, well, that's so bad. I said, well, I don't know if it's good or bad. And then his son got handicapped trying to handle it. And they said, well, is that good or bad? Well, his son could have got sent to war, but because he's handicapped, he didn't. His son got to stay home. So we don't know if it's good or bad yet. What I know is black people have always managed to excel in spite of the obstacles. So I want to tell black children out there, at the same time affirmative action is being taken away nationally, in Georgia, your Republican governor, who a lot of us didn't vote for, a lot of us didn't like, he just brought back the Hope Scholarship where you can get your tuition taken care of. So study.
My child took advantage of that.
Get good grades. Take your butt to a state school for free because of your brain capacity. So there's always find a way or make a way. Yeah. There's always some wiggle room in there for us. So although I'm never happy to see things that advance us reverse, the question becomes, did it really advance us according to our leaders? Because they said white women profited more. The question becomes, based on self-reliance and hard work, do our children have a shot? Well, with the return of the Hope Scholarship, our children do have a shot. So we have, there are no friends in politics. They're only allies, and allies are not permanent. They're temporary. So, on one hand, I'm very sad to see something go that has helped some of us, even the people who voted against it, and Mr. Thomas, but I'm also very sad to see something return, even if it's under a Republican tenure, like the Georgia Hope Scholarship, because it gives opportunity to so many brilliant children who go into public schools to have an opportunity to go to state schools for free.
Yeah, and I love how you're willing to cross party lines, because you actually sat down and had a conversation with the governor of
conversation with anybody.
If it benefits black people.
I talked to Antonio Lewis. I'm not even in his district, but he's a city council person that's active. I talk to him. I make sure I talk to Byron. I make sure I talk to Michael Julian Bond. I make sure I talk to our mayor. I talk to Courtney, who's next to him. I talk to Obi. And I talk to the governor as well. Any time my tax dollars are going out, then I have to advocate. I advocated against the gang enhancement rule. The governor gave me seating with his staff. There was one brother from his staff in the room afterwards. The brother said, hey, man, you made a hell of a presentation. You really gave time. Now, unfortunately, the governor did sign it. And we see that rule, to me, is not going to be good for young boys who made the mishap of joining gangs. But pivoted right to prosecutors to say, hey, prosecutors, you don't have to pick this up as an option. So whereas in I win some, I lose some, and that's like that on every level. There are things in the city I want to see. Sometimes the city council and mayor's like, okay, we see it. Sometimes they shrug their shoulders and say, we're not going for that one.
Yeah.
So I just try my best to be a constituent that's involved. Whoever wins the office, the next day I want to have conversation and audience with them.
Yeah. Man, talk about setting an
Nice.
example. Thank you so much for that.
Man.
Yes.
I mean,
Man,
at least you're doing something. You're actively out here doing
That's
something. You're not just talking.
That's
You're
Miss
actually
I want to be smoking weed, hanging in the blue fly. Man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Y'all
You
know
putting
I
in
want
work,
to.
though, Mike.
Yeah,
You
man.
putting in
But
work,
Miss Betty, man, Miss Betty Cluntz, my grandmother. She from the time I was 5 years old, we worked Andy's campaign. She kept me, and to this day, my sister's now on election day. Hey, you up yet? Have you went and voted? You have to. And for me, it's about what my grandmother have done, and am I leading a life she would have been proud of?
Wow.
So in matters of staying politically active, that is definitely because of Betty.
Yeah. And that's how we honor our ancestors.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Hey, and here's your new single right here. Don't Let the Devil. Y'all give it up and show you. Hey, real quick, let everybody know how they can follow you.
Well, man, just Killer Mike on all social platforms. This Don't Let the Devil is off the Michael album. It's me and LP, but I encourage y'all to listen to that Scientists and Engineers as well with me, Dre, and Future. I think that's the one the public is calling to get on radio. And we got a clean version if y'all want it, so I'll make sure y'all get it sooner than later.
There it is, y'all. One time for Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Let's go.